Intro. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into an exciting and practical topic that many data scientists, machine learning engineers, and software developers want to master: building a production-ready AI workflow. We'll be exploring how to automate the processes of data collection, model training, and deployment using two powerful tools, Apache Airflow and Docker. In this video, we'll break everything down step by step, so whether you're just getting started with machine learning or looking to refine your workflow, you'll find valuable insights. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to set up a robust AI pipeline that can handle real-world demands. So, let's get started. Understanding the AI workflow. Before we jump into the technical aspects, it's essential to understand what a production-ready AI workflow looks like. At its core, an AI workflow is a series of automated steps that take raw data and transform it into actionable insights or predictions. The primary stages in this workflow include data collection, data preprocessing, model training, evaluation, and deployment. In a production environment, these steps need to be automated for efficiency and reliability. Manual processes can introduce errors and slow down the overall pipeline. Therefore, our goal is to construct a system that minimizes human intervention and maximizes automation. Introducing Apache Airflow. Now, let's talk about Apache Airflow. Airflow is an open-source platform designed to programmatically author, schedule, and monitor workflows. It's particularly useful for managing complex data pipelines, as it allows you to define workflows as directed acyclic graphs, or DAGs. With Airflow, you can define tasks, set dependencies, and schedule them to run at specified intervals. This gives you complete control over the orchestration of your machine learning models and data processing activities. Plus, Airflow's rich user interface makes it easy to monitor your workflows and troubleshoot any issues that arise. Introducing Docker. Next up is Docker. Docker is a tool that enables developers to automate the deployment of applications inside lightweight, portable containers. Using Docker, you can package your application along with all its dependencies, ensuring that it runs seamlessly on any environment that supports Docker. For machine learning projects, Docker is invaluable because it helps to isolate the environment where your model is trained and deployed. This eliminates the "it works on my machine" problem, allowing your models to run consistently regardless of where they are deployed. Building the workflow step by step. Now that we have a good grasp of our tools, let's outline the steps for building a production-ready AI workflow. Step 1. Data collection. The first step in our workflow is data collection. This could involve scraping data from websites, querying databases, or collecting data from cloud storage. For demonstration purposes, let's say we are building a model to predict house prices. We might want to collect data from various sources, including public real estate databases, APIs, or CSV files. In our Airflow DAG, we would create a task that executes a Python script to gather this data. This script would connect to the appropriate data sources, extract the necessary information, and store it in a designated data lake or database. Step 2. Data preprocessing. Once we have our raw data, the next step is preprocessing. This stage typically involves cleaning the data, handling missing values, and transforming the data into a format suitable for model training. With Airflow, we can create another task that calls a preprocessing script. This script would take the raw data, clean it up, and save the clean data in a format that can be easily ingested by our machine learning model. It's a good practice to make your preprocessing steps reusable, as they may need to be applied to different datasets in the future. This modular approach will keep your codebase clean and maintainable. Step 3. Model training. Now, we move on to model training. This is where we build and train our machine learning model using the clean data. In our Airflow DAG, we would define a task to execute a training script. This script would load the preprocessed data and then go through the training process, which may involve splitting the data into training and validation sets, selecting an appropriate machine learning algorithm, and tuning hyperparameters. Here's where Docker comes into play. We can create a Docker image that contains all the necessary dependencies for our training script. This ensures that the model training will run consistently, regardless of the environment. Step 4. Model evaluation. After training the model, it's crucial to evaluate its performance. This step involves using the validation dataset to assess how well the model generalizes to new, unseen data. In our Airflow DAG, we can add another task dedicated to model evaluation. This task will run a script that calculates performance metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, or mean squared error, depending on the problem we're solving. If the model meets the desired performance criteria, we can proceed to the deployment stage. If not, we might have to revisit the training phase, perhaps by trying different algorithms or tuning hyperparameters again. Step 5. Model deployment. The final step in our workflow is deployment. Here, we take our trained model and make it available for use, typically via an API. Using Docker, we can containerize our model along with the necessary serving infrastructure. This could involve using tools like Flask or FastAPI to create an API endpoint that serves predictions based on incoming requests. In Airflow, we would create a task that triggers the deployment process. This task could build the Docker image, push it to a container registry, and deploy it to a cloud service like AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. Configuring Airflow and Docker. At this point, you might be wondering how we integrate Airflow and Docker in practice. Let's discuss the setup process briefly. First, you'll need to install Apache Airflow. You can do this using pip or by following the official installation guide. Once Airflow is set up, you'll create a new DAG file where you'll define all the tasks we discussed. Next, create a Docker file for your training and serving applications. This file will describe how to build the Docker images, including the base image, dependencies, and the commands to run your application. After you have your Docker file ready, you can build your Docker images and run them locally to verify that everything functions correctly. Once you're satisfied, you can push the images to a Docker registry. Finally, in your Airflow tasks, you can use the Docker operator to pull the images and run your containers as needed. This will enable Airflow to orchestrate the entire process, from data collection all the way to model deployment. Monitoring and maintaining your workflow. Building a production-ready AI workflow doesn't end with deployment. Monitoring and maintaining your workflow is crucial for long-term success. You should set up logging and monitoring for your Airflow tasks to catch any errors or bottlenecks early. Tools like Grafana and Prometheus can provide insights into your workflow's performance. Additionally, you might want to implement a feedback loop where you can continually improve your model based on new data. This could involve retraining your model periodically when new data becomes available or when performance metrics drop below a certain threshold. Conclusion. In conclusion, building a production-ready AI workflow using Airflow and Docker involves several key steps: data collection, pre-processing, model training, evaluation, and deployment. By leveraging the capabilities of these two tools, you can create a robust and scalable pipeline that automates your machine learning processes. As the AI landscape continues to evolve, having a solid, automated workflow will set you apart and allow you to deploy models that deliver real value. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and we'll do our best to answer. See you in the next video, and happy coding!